Hello, hello. So today we're going to be talking about 3 digital products that are going to be fire in 2025. And we're going to do a little like what's in and what's out type situation. I'm going to take a drink and then we're going to jump right in. I just spilled on myself. Okay, so what's in 2025 is workshops. What's out is courses. So the reason that workshops are in and courses are out is because a workshop is a lot easier to digest. You have more time to absorb the information. A workshop is usually anywhere between 1 to 2 hours long, but it's all in one sitting. And you can either do a live or pre-recorded workshop. I'm actually developing my first ever workshop and I'm very excited about it. I'm putting a lot of time and effort into it and I'm gonna make it like the chef's kiss of workshops for my community. But I decided to do it pre-recorded because I wanted to put the effort behind the quality of the video and the, presentation and the various graphics and title cards. I want it to look like a YouTube video, a really high quality video that will, keep you engaged and grab your attention so you're not like falling asleep watching me on like a Loom style like recording. I want to make sure it's the perfect video. And I'm also a video girly, so maybe that's why. But needless to say, I'm working really hard on this workshop and then I'm going to release it at a very low ticket price because my feeling is, though I'm putting a lot of upfront effort into this workshop, once I've created it, it's passive. So I am selling it, I'm mentioning it in my content, and then you can buy it when and if you want to. I can maybe raise the price in the future if I want to add things to it and beef it up a little bit. But in the beginning, I want it to be affordable. And every time I make a sale, I am profiting because I am not spending any money on this product. I, have my subscription services, the things I need to create the workshop, but those are things that I already pay for, and once I've done it once, it's kind of like out there selling itself. So of course, because they're shorter, we all have short attention spans, it's easy to just sit down and do it in one big stretch. So that obviously is a huge reason. The other reason that workshops are in and courses are out is because a course takes a long time to create. And if you're really going to do it right, it should take you like 6 months to a year to create, which means you're writing script after script after script or outlines for all of these videos, and then you're recording all of them. And then guess what? By the time you're done recording it and you launch it, half of that information might be outdated by the time you actually release the course. Or when you release it, it's only good for a few months, and then you're having to start updating all of these videos, and essentially, it's not really that passive because you're going to have to constantly put effort into it. It also leaves a lot more room for mistakes because it is a longer multi-video structure. And so there's going to be links that may not work and, videos that aren't playing back, or maybe the information in the video is talking about something that doesn't even exist anymore. Like back in the day when we thought we needed 25 to 30 hashtags and now we're being told, 3 to 5 or 3 to 8. And so it's just information can change so much over time and in a short period of time even. So it's really important that you create something that's not going to take you lots of time to update. So for me, if I'm designing this workshop and I've, written out a script of the, structure and topics I want to discuss in this workshop, most of this I can say is evergreen. I don't believe it's going to change. But if something did change, even if it's like a tutorial I'm doing in the workshop and the way you do that changed because the platform updated, it will be a lot easier for me to re-record a 2-hour long video that I already have all the other information for and update a fresh new version of that video with maybe additional insight than it would be to re-record an entire course or multiple videos in a course. So workshops are easier for your community and easier for you, and also are quicker to make so that they stay up to date. Another thing with courses is you can have it lower ticket, but for the most part, the lowest price I see for courses is probably in like the $200 to $300 range. And then of course, then there's those courses that are selling for like over $1,000. And it really depends on you. I mean, I would say if you put a lot of effort into a course, like it can be worth $300 to, $3,000. And I would say I have purchased courses that are like beautiful courses that are so high quality for a couple $100s. Actually, Matt Diavella, if you don't know who that is, check out his videos. He also is a director on a couple videos on Netflix about minimalism. Like, he's super rad and his videos are so good. So I purchased his most recent launch of a kind of like YouTube strategy course slash like, editing. I love learning from him and supporting him as a creator. And I think his course was around $200. There was like a promo code when I bought it. I'm telling you, his videos are the best videos I've ever seen. Whereas I've also purchased a course for like $1,000. Actually, I think it was more than that. I had to pay for it in payments because it was so expensive and the quality was like, bleh, like so bad. And so you got to be careful, just so you know, when you're purchasing courses, because the dollar amount doesn't necessarily always equate to the value of the product. Before we move on, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about having a website, because if you're starting any kind of business, whether you're selling digital products or, offering services, whatever it might be, having a website is absolutely key. Having a website just makes you reach that next level. It gives you a level of professionalism. It gives you like a landing page that you can send brands, you can send potential clients, you can send your customers, you can embed like an email form. There's just so much you can do with a website, and it makes you feel special when you have your own website. It makes you very official as a business owner. And there's a company that I want to share with you called Durable, who is actually the sponsor of today's video. I was so excited when they reached out to me because I had actually just canceled my Squarespace website. It just didn't feel like worth the cost I was paying. Durable is so affordable, and also just to let you know, if you sign up with my link and promo code, you get like 30% off for your first few months, so definitely check that out. But even then, it's very inexpensive. I think it's going to cost you about $12 a month. But literally, you can give Durable very little information and it creates you a website in under 30 seconds. I think for me, it actually took like 30 seconds to a minute, but still, it's ridiculously fast. And you get an entire website built for you through AI, and then you can just go in there and update the information. But with the little bit of info that you give it, it's actually very good. And it also pulls images based on the information. And when it comes to personalizing it after AI does the creation for you, it's so easy. It's very user-friendly. You do not need to have web design experience or anything like that. So check Durable out. I absolutely love them and so excited that they sponsored today's video. But let's move on to the next digital product and talk about what's in, which is guides, and what's out, which is checklist and workbooks. So oh my goodness, guides are going to be your best friend and the best possible first product that you can create. Video for me is very comfortable because I've been doing YouTube for so long, and so I'm comfortable on video, I'm comfortable with editing, but something's happening outside. If you can hear that, ignore it. As a first-time creator of digital products or building this online business, my recommendation is creating a guide. It's a very low energy, like chill way to create a digital product, and I have a very easy to follow method for that, which will be in my workshop, so I'll keep you updated. For now though, you can always grab my freebie and you will be added to my email list, and then you will be the first to know when my workshop launches. I have this entire hub of resources for creators. You'll love it, and I keep updating it all the time. All of it is free, so check it out. But back to guides. They're so easy to create. Literally, if you have a thought and you have access to like something to write on and Canva, you are sold. Like, you can create it, and then you can sell these even for, anywhere from, I'd say like $10 to $50. It depends how good of a guide it is, how long it is, how much information and resources are inside of the guide. It will depend on how much you can charge for it. I'd say I see guides most commonly in like the $15 to $20 range. And I think that's fair. It's a PDF. It's something people download. They can, read on their phone. They can print it off. and it is going to provide them essentially the same information you would have in a workshop, but on paper and designed really well, easy to absorb. And again, it's something that somebody can read and do in their own time. Ideally, it's something they can sit down and read and learn from and put into action immediately. And I think that's the biggest thing. We live in a very digital world. So as much as, I think of a PDF, I'm like, oh, you can print it. Not very many people are going to do that. So you can have like videos embedded, you can have links embedded. And so you can make this very engaging and interactive in a way. And so I highly recommend doing guides. Why I say checklists and workbooks are out is because though I think both of those things would be actually a great lead magnet, something that you offer for free, I think for a paid offering, both of those things are very incomplete, right? A checklist is literally a checklist. It's a list of items and this person can, print it off and check it. It's very simple, not a lot of thought or guidance goes into it from your perspective. And then with the workbook, a workbook is, again, you're putting maybe prompts and thoughts, but you're expecting the person to fill it out. So again, you're providing them some guidance a little bit and instruction, but they're having to do work. And so when it comes to charging for that, fairly under $15, I would say like 5 to 7. And so it's going to be such a low ticket price point. It's something you could offer along with something as like a price bump, but I don't think that should solely be your product. And guides in this last handful of months this year really have just been skyrocketing. People are making like $20, $30, $40, $50, $60,000 a month more than that. I know this one girl, Abigail Pugh, she's having $100,000 months sometimes selling literally guides. And I think she also has a workshop. So you don't need all these extravagant courses or these really, really small ticket items. You just need these like meaty middle ground things and you could be like a millionaire. I'm not even joking. Okay, so now I'm going to be talking about really more on the freebie side of digital products, but this could also be something you sell, like an offer as well. And that is like resource hubs or like starter kits, things like that are in, and like one single resource is out. So like I said with my workshop, I'm going to include the workshop, but also templates for Notion, templates for Canva, prompt templates for ChatGPT, because I do talk about that in my workshop. I'm also going to include a guide version, like a written PDF version of my workshop so that people can read along, or maybe after they've watched the workshop, they can read through that and take their notes. Like I want to make it very, very interactive. It's essentially a bundle of items. So having some sort of bundle. And for example, with like my free resource, it's called the Crunchy Creators Resource Hub. And it is literally a hub, a dashboard in Notion that I am adding to all the time. Some things are PDFs, some things are templates. There's lots of different things in there. I think I'm up to like 9 or 10 right now, of a whole bunch of resources all in one. I don't want to make you have to download like 10 different items if you're interested in all of them. I want you to be able to go there, grab this link, bookmark it to your phone or your computer, and then go access this stuff anytime you want, and occasionally see that there's new things posted, which I will always tell you in my email. So make sure, again, to grab my freebie and join my email list. But I'm really not trying to plug myself as much as I have in this video. It's natural when talking about this stuff. Having like one item, like we were just talking about, like a checklist, that's fine. And that can be a great freebie, but why not develop that checklist and maybe a little workbook and maybe a template, and then put all of that into like one place. It could be a Canva document where you're like hyperlinking to this PDF document. It can be a Notion page like me. It could be a Google Drive folder, whatever it might be. Creating a one-stop shop with multiple resources is going to be so much more beneficial for you, because you're not going to piss people off by making them download tons of stuff all over the place, or join your email list technically like 15 times just to grab all of these different resources, and then you have to worry about them getting lost in their spam because you're sending them like 10 emails all at the same time, and it just gets really messy. Whereas if you just have this nice little like package of items, it is super helpful for your community, but also it is more valuable. So especially in the case of selling something like my workshop, it's not just like a link to an unlisted YouTube video and that's it, that's all you get, maybe a few links in the description. It is going to be this like bundle of joy that I'm providing my community, and I haven't really decided everything, but hey, it might be like hosted in a Notion page, so it's all nice and clean where you can like access all of the documents I'm offering or all the bonus items or whatever, and then also access the video from there. I want it to be as simple as possible. You want all of your products, even if they're free, to not only be higher value than the price tag. So for a freebie, you want people to think, wow, she could have charged for this. And with a paid offering, you want people to feel like, whoa, she could have charged more for this. You do not want it to be the other way around. You want to go high on value and make things as simple as possible for your community and yourself. I would love to hear from you on what digital products you already have, what one of these you're most interested in. Just let me know about you. Let me know about your brand. Let me know about the digital products you're wanting to create or the topic, and I can maybe give you some insight in the comments. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out this one next. I think you'll love it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Cheers.